to get a fucking.
Hey.
I just want my arm to work.
Hey, don't you talk about HJH that way, okay? The Handjob Hut is by far the biggest competitor to Pizza Hut.
Handjob Hut. Now, Sam.
Before we start the podcast today, I'd like to take a minute to talk to you about our sponsor, Sinister Beef Jerky, the veteran-owned and operated all-brisket jerky, with flavors like the OG, the pickle with that delicious dill flavor, mango habanero for that sweet heat, cracked pepper, carnage asada, and sriracha-style smoke. Visit them at sinisterjerky.com and use the code KINGDOM, that's KINGDOM, at checkout for 10% off your order. Once again, that code is KINGDOM, KINGDOM, for 10% off your order. Now, everyone, let's get to the podcast.
And with that said, welcome back to Rock, Paper, Bullshit, where I like to turn on the recorder before Luke Goblin 716 knows what the fuck is going on.
Oh, boy, I'm so ready. And I'm Luke Goblin 716. That's right.
Welcome to episode 5.
Oh my God. How the funky fresh are you doing, sir?
I'm in a lot of like tired pain. Like I feel every one of my ears because I worked 70 hours last week.
That's disgusting.
Well, actually, no, like 75, closer to 80. And I worked 16 hours yesterday, and tomorrow I have to do the same to pretty much. There's a strike. There's a bunch of, and all these nurses at this big hospital chain are no longer working. So they're having all these like travel nurses come in to fill the void. So I have to do all their medical clearance bullshit to work at this new hospital.
Oh,
and,
boy.
in the old timey days when a union would go on strike and people would come in, they were called scabs.
Yep.
So that's what we were talking about beforehand.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we're in this like huge like convention center hotel.
Okay.
Massive. It doesn't feel like COVID ever existed because there's like no boundaries. No one's wearing a mask. No one gives a fuck. And
it's over. COVID's over. Everyone knows that.
Yeah. So the hotel, like, okay, you know how hotels have ice machines, right?
Yeah.
So I went to go use the bathroom, and like the big like bathroom with those multiple stalls, that's like closed up for all the drug testing because they're drug testing all these people. So I had to like go to like the single like one-off handy-capable stall.
Okay.
I mean, bathroom. So I go to that bathroom and I go in there, and the sink is full of ice. Like,
what?
It's so weird as shit. It looks like somebody took like buckets from that ice machine, just poured it all in the sink, and this thing's like overflowing with ice.
Okay.
So if you like want to wash your hands, you got to like get around the ice and shit to like use the soap dispenser and like wash your hands and shit.
Okay.
And like going in there, like, how funny would it be if somebody just like cupped a shit and put it like on top of this ice?
It's like reverse ice cream. You see, it's Instead of like the ice cream, aka the shit, the dookie being on the bottom, right?
The soft serve.
Yeah, the soft serve being on the bottom, you put the soft serve on top.
Because like you go to the sink to wash your hands, the last thing you expect it to be is like overfilling with ice. But upon further investigation, I found there was a turd.
Yeah. Well, you want to know what though? I would much rather have a big steamy fudge dragon sitting on top of that thing of ice, like looking majestic, rather than like going over and being like, what the hell is this ice there? And then bam, a human kidney, just a random kidney or something, just on ice. Yeah,
some random sauce like hotel sink. Yeah, that would just be a hotel bathroom, a public hotel bathroom sink. A kidney would be just alarming.
Oh my God, it would be terrible.
Be like,
man.
What the fuck happened in here? There's no blood anywhere. This was a clean procedure.
Oh, geez, 10,000%.
Can you imagine if that's how you got your fucking kidney? I'm sorry, sir, but an infection has occurred. Apparently, there's hotel shit particles on this kidney.
You've got. I'm sorry, sir. It appears that you have. Oh my God, you have hotel kidney. We're gonna have to.
We gave you a diabetic kidney, so now you're diabetic.
Oh,
and
God.
You need a new kidney.
So, yeah, well, then you're gonna need another kidney anyways because of the diabetes, hands down.
Yeah, this whole thing's like super mismanaged. Like this is only supposed to be like a 4-day job.
Yeah,
and I was trying to tell them, like, there's no way you guys are gonna push 2,400 people in 4 days, especially after the first day we only did like 300 people. Is this like, yeah, like this isn't doable. And now like everyone's scrambling, like, oh, like this is like brand new information, like, oh my God. And it's like, yeah, no shit. You should have made this course correction after day 1.
No, they don't understand that. That's bureaucracy 101, man. That's bureaucracy 101.
So I hate working for like big companies or working at a big company for my job because I work at a small company, but we like work for big companies.
You're
But
contracted
the thing that
out.
sucks is in California, they're pushing for this thing where big companies have over 500 employees. They're making a 4-day work week.
What?
And I work for a small company, so well, they're pushing for it. They're trying to make that like the Mando thing is 4 days, but like those 4 days you work 10 hours.
Okay.
But like you have 3 days off, which I would love.
I would
But
love
I work
that.
for a small company, so I know like we barely have 10, 15 employees, let alone 500.
So it looks
yeah,
like
I'd
you're
still be
working
pumping it out.
7 days there, 8. You're working 7 days, 12 hours a day. Sorry, Big Frog. You know, you just you got screwed.
Yeah, I usually do.
Plain and simple.
But not in the good way.
No, you know, it's okay. Somebody's got to do it, and it might as well just be a giant corporation, you know, or a small
what's
company.
new with you, Mr. Luke Goblin?
Oh my God!
716.
Oh God! It's been an interesting week. Working my ass off, doing the whole stream dream thing. You know, taking my shirt
How's that
off and running
going?
around. It's going well, man. It's
Wait,
going really
you're
well.
showing your man nips? You're showing
No.
you're
That's
showing the goods.
That's for
follows? Is
the
that
no.
anything?
That's for the OnlyFans. All right, which I don't
How
have.
is the OnlyFans doing, by the way?
Well, considering
gotta
I
show
haven't
you
even
something.
started it, it's going extremely poorly. What are you looking for?
I was gonna show you my acupuncture pillow because I'm an old fucking man, but apparently I left it downstairs. It's
have
this
an acupuncture pillow?
Imagine, if you will, a round, like a flat surface with a round dome,
Mhm.
and on this dome, it's covered in. Did you ever golf?
Yeah, it's got like
You know, golf shoes,
golf
those little
spikes?
spikes.
Yeah.
It's like a pillow, a round pillow covered in golf spikes.
What the
And
hell?
I lay down, and it's just like on the back of my head, and it hurts like a motherfucker. But it just sends these like sensations all around my like head, my shoulder. You can feel it all the way in your
Even
toes.
knees and
It's so
toes.
fucking sharp.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty nice because I got shoulder issues. I got shoulder pain. Because I'm a
Okay.
fucking. I'll tell you this fucking story.
All right.
I got into a slow speed car accident when I was 20.
Oh shit.
And I was going 10 miles an hour down the road, and this lady from her driveway just pulled out in front of me, didn't see me. And I made contact with her, and she's
Okay.
like, "I thought you were a bicycle." It's just like,
thought
that's
you-
what she said to me. It's
so
just
you're
like,
gonna
if that
keep-
was a fucking bicycle, why'd you pull out?
Why'd you
in front of
pull
me?
out? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That makes even less sense.
Jesus.
So I tensed up because it's like you don't expect a car just to pull out in front of you. So I
No.
tensed up, and it was like a low speed like accident. So I didn't feel anything at first. And then I went to work, and like I used to work as a baker, so I was always picking up like big 50-pound bags of flour to like make bagels and shit. So like a little bit into my shift, I was feeling really like my arm felt really weird, like really tingly, and didn't really operate correctly. And I was just like, I think I'm hurt. Like,
oh
you
shit.
know, adrenaline when that shit kicks in, and you don't really notice you're hurt. So I like go to my doctor, and he's like, yeah, you might have some like some fucking like you won't show up in an X-ray because it's like not any like it's not a bone thing, it's a
nothing,
muscle thing.
Yeah, nothing.
So it's like, yeah, we can't prove you have anything, or we can't disprove you have anything. So I tried to go through insurance. I showed you everything right, and then her insurance was like, yeah, due to the speed of the accident, we think you're full of shit. So they didn't pay for any of it.
That's so fucked.
And to this day, my arm is still fucked.
Yeah, isn't that the best? You know, you just
It's the best.
yeah. They're like, oh yeah, you're so full of shit. Well, because first and foremost, it's an insurance company. So they don't want to pay out any money at all possible if they can.
Right.
Plain and simple.
Well, I was just a 20-year-old kid, so they probably thought I was just trying to get a payday.
Yeah,
It's
no.
like, bro, I just want you to pay for my medical bills. I'm not asking for anything crazy. It's not like I'm like getting referrals to get my massages at like a hand job hut, like the owner of the Patriots. I just want to get a fucking. I just want my arm to work.
Hey, don't you talk about HJH that way, okay? The Hand Job Hut is by far the biggest competitor to Pizza Hut.
Hand Job Hut now selling coffee.
That's
Find us on this little fucking coffee kiosk.
Exactly.
Hand Job Hut there. What can we do for you today?
Whenever you need a hand, come to Hand Job
Jesus.
Hut. There you go. Plain and simple.
They
Bam,
were going to
$1
use the
million
You're in
business
Good
idea.
Hands thing, but Allstate took that.
Damn,
Thanks a
it's
lot,
true.
Allstate.
Yeah, thank you, Allstate. It's been so great. You know, so great to hear from you, taking all of our freaking slogans. But no, my week has been pretty good, pretty busy. You know, though I did read some interesting things in the news. Plain.
What's-
Yeah. Well.
What did you come across there, young Mr. Loot?
Well, hold on. Let me pull up the article here because
I think I know where you're going with this. I'm excited.
Oh yes. Now, so I have my sources correct now. This is from Vice. I'll read you the headline here.
So
and I
know it's legit.
I will. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, 4 men gang raped, killed, and 8 protected monitor lizard.
What?
I repeat, 4 men gang raped, killed, and 8 protected monitor lizard.
Do you think they did this because they were fans of Godzilla?
Possibly.
Or do you think they did it because they're fans of King Kong? We're like, this one's for Kong.
This one's for no. This one's for Harambe. Okay, this one's for okay. Dick's out for Harambe. Who looks at him? Who looks at a monitor lizard and goes, "Oh, I'm gonna fuck that." Not only one person, but 4 people. Now this isn't India too. So,
for all I know, this could be like a rite of passage in India. This might just be something that I don't know shit about. I've
never heard of any sort of rite of passage when it comes to diddling lizards. Okay, I've heard of broken lizard movies, you know, like the Slammin' Salmon and Super Troopers, but never diddling lizards. So. They apparently, forest officials in India are investigating the men who gang raped, killed, and cooked and ate a monitor lizard in India's most protected forest reserves. It was the only monitor lizard in the park. It was the only. Took place on March 29th.
Do you think if there were other lizards there, you think they would have gotten one for each of them, or do you think that was part of the allure? Like, we're gonna run a train on this lizard.
Listen, I think they were planning on running a train. All right. Bunch of sexually frustrated dudes rolling out there.
Do you think these were incels? Do you think these were guys who just couldn't get girls? And they're like, it'd really show those women if we showed we didn't need women.
We didn't need them.
We could just have lizards.
You want to know what? I don't need a vagina. I need a Kuroka. All right, that's what just really gets me off. Those dead lizard eyes. That's
so bad.
It's fucking weird.
I love lizards, but not like that. Like, I've owned bearded dragons in the past. They're great animals.
Yeah,
I
hear bearded dragons are actually like really chill.
They live very long if you take care of them right. They can live up to like 10 to 15 years.
That's
apparently.
pretty sweet.
Like, and they're great. They're great pets. They don't really have teeth. They just have strong jaws, and you put little fucking crickets in there dipped in protein powder, and they chase after them with their mouth open, their tongue out. And then when they catch one, they just they're the best pets ever.
Well,
they're great.
Yeah, but monitor lizard gang rape. I mean, how do you feel about that?
Monitor lizard gang rape. I'm against. I will go on the record and say I am against. Not only rape in all forms, but monitor lizard rape is definitely on my top 5.
The top 5
things you should not do.
Yeah, first and foremost.
A human being.
Yeah, first and foremost, not only is rape terrible, obviously in all forms,
horrible,
but a lizard. All right, a lizard.
Like what the fuck?
How do you talk to your buddies? Now, okay, first and foremost,
I was curious what that situation. Did they get like an Ocean's 11 plan of how they're gonna do this with like the smooth jazz music in the background as they're like playing out? All right, now, Med, you're gonna go over here and distract the car.
And then
what the fuck happened?
They drew it all out. Well,
drew it out.
They drew it out. They storyboarded it. They were thinking about it for a long time, and they just. How? Why? And apparently, how do you get... Okay, so not only is, I never got, the bestiality bullshit, I just want to stick my dick in that horse or something like that.
Do you think that, that... When it comes to shit like that, I just imagine it's, due to isolation. It's these people who are, in a spot where there's, no other females that they're not related to or some shit. And they're like, well, I wasn't gonna do this, but I don't have anything. I can't justify it. It just feels weird. Just the concept of it. Why?
Why? Yeah, why? Why? I
bet that's what the lizard was saying. Why? And then the fact that they ate it afterwards. It's just
They do you think they're quote unquote
did they eat it raw?
Tenderizing
did they,
it?
Eat it like zombies in a movie?
I don't know, it gives it a whole new meaning to the term raw dog.
Or popping fresh.
Or popping fresh. I don't understand. Like
cream filled.
like,
Like, what's the security like at this place? Like, the guy didn't notice like the noises of all this shit going on, and then he didn't notice like the cook fire and like the campfire songs of these four dudes.
Apparently, you know, it's a large reserve in India here. And the men in their 20s and 30s, they appear to have done it for fun.
They're incels, bro.
They did it for fun. There was no religious or black magic agenda.
I can't imagine a religious agenda could even exist for that.
I can see it.
Genesis 4:87, it says, "Thou shalt not fuck lizard." Like
the devil. You know, not even for that, but like, why would you? Did
they try to blame something for it? Where they're like, "Yeah, this is a ghost Mary on a cross, and then I just wanted to fuck a lizard." Like,
no, like it's got no real like info besides like India's monitor lizards are endangered and protected species by law.
Think they were like fans of Kermit the Frog? Like, hey,
possibly.
Man, we'll never get to meet Kermit in real life.
It goes right back to the furries.
But this is scaly. There's
Scalies?
no fur.
Well, it could be scalies. It could be a whole new subgenre of kink that we have no idea.
Scalies. That's the worst thing I've ever even pictured in my mind. Scalies.
Oh man, yeah. So I was out in the forest preserve, and yeah, I banged a lizard. I got a raging case of scalies. Oh, geez, man. There's no cure for that.
You know how there's like armed dudes out there protecting like rhinos and fucking elephants from like ivory hunters?
Yeah.
They're gonna have to start having the same dudes protect those monitors. Like, yeah, we're here against them fucking scalies.
But just cock shotgun, like, let's do this.
No one's fucking you. Like, what's a funny name for a lizard? No one's fucking you, Electric Boogaloo too.
Come on, let's go.
Random shit.
I just don't understand people, man. I just don't understand.
So, okay. Speaking of current events, did you see what Mike Tyson did?
Yeah. Did
you see the whole incident?
I didn't see the whole incident. I just got the I just did the brief.
There,
yeah,
let me just paint this picture.
Pull up the canvas.
You're Mike Tyson. You're about to fly.
Okay.
You have a seat. And a drunk, belligerent douche is sitting right behind you, recognizes you because not only are you a public figure, but you also have a bitchin' face tattoo that gives you away from a mile.
There's really no hiding.
So this dude stands up and is literally like not even a foot away from your ear, yelling and making hand gestures and shit like he's gonna hit you and stuff, bringing up personal shit like your past, saying you're not shit, saying all this other stuff. It'd be one thing if he was like, "Hey man, can I get a picture? Or can I have an autograph?" And then just leave it at that. But no, this dude was like going at Tyson. And Mike Tyson, I will give him, even though he did assault this man, he put up with this bullshit for a hot second.
Yeah.
And the stewardesses didn't step in before the incident. Like, it's very obvious that what this guy was doing. And they're in first class, so they're right there at the front of the plane.
Okay,
you know. So there are people who are witnessing this. One guy even was filming it, but nobody on that plane, no passenger, decided to be like, "Yo, dude, chill out." Nobody said shit. In fact, the guy who's filming it eggs him on a little bit.
Well,
he says some stupid shit like, "I don't think he hears you" or some shit. So Tyson, having enough of this guy's bullshit, stands up and proceeds to wail the shit out of this dude. Like, I'm talking full haymakers with both fists. And this guy is just sitting in the chair. He's got nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Like, even though there's nobody next to him, he's just like fetal position. You're getting the shit kicked out of him. And although I am not a fan of violence in that setting, I don't think Mike has the right to put his hands on that guy.
No.
I think it is bullshit that guy is going to get a fat payday. That guy's going to sue Mike Tyson and make a fuck ton of money. Because you know he will.
Oh, yeah.
When not only was he drunk, but he he pretty much made the whole thing happen. There is nothing for the instigator in that scene. It's just the fact that Mike Tyson put hands on that guy, even though that guy was pretty much like, depending on your definition of assault, some states yelling in somebody's face is considered assault.
Well, you're spitting on them.
What state they're in or any of that. I just know that when somebody is in your face like that, when you have nowhere to go because you're on a plane, I feel like you have the right to defend yourself.
Oh, 100%.
But that's not the case here.
Yeah, it's such a tough situation, especially when you are such a well-known figure like Mike Tyson, like a straight up
right
monster in the ring, a monster.
Oh, the scariest man ever. Like, but my question is, why the fuck would you do that to somebody whose name is Iron Mike Tyson, who is famous for beating the fuck out of people who are twice your size and for biting off a man's ear?
Yeah, well, because you're stupid and you want a payday, probably, or you're just
that
so
was my
wasted.
next question: is do you think this guy did this hoping Tyson was going to hit him, or do you think he was just doing this to be a dick?
I think it was probably a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Because, okay, think about it this way. You're hammered and you decide to run your mouth. I mean, listen, we've all been there. I don't care who you are. If you've been drunk, you've been blackout, belligerent drunk. Everyone has.
Yeah, everyone has. You know, you just had one too many White Claws, bro. And then the next thing you know, you're getting into it with Mike Tyson.
Yeah, bro. Like, apparently there was, he must have been drinking White Claws because there was no laws. Like, the thing is, it was the combination of the booze. Yeah, there's no laws when these claws come out. All right, plain and simple. It's the rules of the road. 8-bit. It's the rules of the road. So I'm thinking,
like the video of him after the beating, he's just bleeding out of his face, and he like looks at the guy with the camera, like, "Why did this happen?"
Yeah,
he's like, "Bro, what do you mean? Why did this happen?"
There's a reason. There's a saying that says, "Don't poke the bear. Do not poke the bear." The man is, like you said, is Iron Mike Tyson with the legit meanest right hook in all of boxing. In all of boxing. The scariest motherfucker in all of boxing. And you are going to antagonize him. And listen, Mike may be old, but I'm not sure if you saw that. Who did he fight last? He did that charity event.
I would not
not
fuck with that man. So that brings me to my next question. Would you catch a beating for a payday from Mike Tyson?
Now define, like, how bad of a beating are we talking about?
I'm telling, like, sitting in an airplane seat, just hammering,
just getting the shit
down,
just getting the shit knocked out of you. Okay, so you're getting the shit kicked out of you. Oh, that depends on how much. I'm saying at least, because you got to figure medical bills are probably going to be at least a couple $1 million to reconstruct your face. Probably at least 10 mil to take a few solid, like a full solid, like 30-second, just getting shit kicked out of you.
Like, these are hammer punches too. These were like straight down. Like, oh
yeah, I saw the video. He's just over the seat, just boom, boom, boom. And
can you imagine just getting your shit kicked by Mike Tyson, and then you stumble your way to the airplane Mike bathroom, that shitty little tiny bathroom, and there's just a sink full of ice and shit.
Just,
like, oh god, no.
And then you come out and you're like, I didn't hear no bell.
Oh, dude, no.
No, it's because even during his last fight, like, I forgot who it was against.
Oh, the exhibition fight. It wasn't against Holyfield, was it?
No,
I think it was against Holyfield.
I don't think it was Holyfield. It
was like a rematch or something like that.
No, hold on. Let me use the power of the interwebs here.
I don't remember.
Because let's see.
It'd be cool if it was Holyfield.
Let's see. I think they were talking about it. Let's see. I think they were talking about Holyfield and Tyson kind of having a last
made amends.
Yeah. Let's see. Ring on Roy Jones Jr.
Okay.
Roy Jones Jr. Yeah. So in that fight, now that happened on my birthday, so I remember I got that fight. I was like, screw it. I was like, I've never seen Tyson box live, or besides Holyfield, like many moons ago, and I was really too little to honestly remember that very well. So I got the fight, and the guy is a monster. He's what, 50? He's 50 something, and he is built like a shit brick house still. And that would have to be a very large payday to take a beating from Mike Tyson. Very large payday.
I don't think there's enough money to make me want to assume such a beating from such a man of that stature. I would not want it.
No.
I don't know who would. It seems like a terrible idea.
No, there is no question of, are you going to be hurt? It's how bad are you going to be hurt?
It's gonna be a bad fucking day, no matter what happens.
Bad day. You're looking at probably like 3 months of recovery.
Drop maybe a broken jaw, probably, or a broken like orbital bone.
Orbital bone,
it's gonna be
nose.
bad any
Yeah.
way you slice it.
Losing some teeth.
So, speaking of getting one's ass kicked,
Okay.
how's Project Zomboid? How's the Zomboid train feeling?
Zomboid is honestly so much fun, man. Especially since we started doing the community nights. I'm telling you, 8-Bit, you gotta join
Happy
us.
you're doing that. You know, every time you're doing it, because you are 3 hours ahead of me, it's like every time you're doing that, I'm like either at work or I'm exhausted from work.
Yeah.
Or it's date night, or there's
always something.
Throw a fucking rock at a wall of reasons why. And when I do have availability, I'm usually getting on right as you're winding down.
Yeah.
Like, hey guys, check out my college kid build. Be like, that's great. Night.
But yeah, peace. No, yeah, you just get into it. No, but Project Zomboid is so great. I don't want to say it on the podcast for fear of letting the universe hear this idea, but I've got a YouTube idea that I'm storyboarding currently that I'm very excited about, and it involves Project Zomboid.
Are you gonna do are you doing like a role-playing server?
Not so much a role-playing server, but a series that I will be running on. This is in my own time while playing. And for those of you who don't know, who are just don't know what Project Zomboid is, Project Zomboid is a extremely hardcore zombie survival game where you got to worry about food, water, shelter, medicine, temperature outside. It's like you can walk through the woods with a bare foot and step on a stone, cut your foot open, and then die from an infection.
Right. Die from an infection from eating a freshly fucked lizard.
Yes. Oh my God. That's how the zombie apocalypse starts. Lizard fucking.
Lizard.
They call it, and then someone just like.
And then Godzilla came.
Then Godzilla came. All right. Then he came. Literally. Oh my God. So then they're like sitting there. They're all done, right, with the lizard, and they smoke a cigarette. And the one looks at the other one and goes, "That was really cold. That was really cold.
Was it good for you?" And then just Godzilla.
I was gonna say that was cold blooded because lizards. Oh yeah.
We have to fuck him before he becomes Mecha Godzilla.
Before he
Something horrible like that.
And that's how Mecha Godzilla was made.
Since we're in the vein of what's current events,
okay,
Kardashians new show on a streaming platform.
Oh Jesus Christ! I didn't know the Kardashians even had a new show.
Don't they have enough money? Did you hear about what happened with Roblox?
No, what the? Okay, inform me.
So Roblox put out that they had a unreleased sex tape of Kim Kardashian, and one of her kids saw this. So Kim Kardashian said that I have enough money, enough time, and enough resources to burn you guys to the fucking ground.
Holy shit.
I don't know if this was Roblox as a whole that put this out or just some random server, but someone in the Roblox community put that out.
Oh my
Kim
God.
K shot back with that.
That's scary.
This is a
shit.
Twitter newsfeed thing, so this all could be bullshit. I could be feeding you National Enquirer or shit. Oh my God, did you hear that UFOs dive bombed the White House?
I would believe that more. You see, then you're tickling my fancy here, talking about UFOs and shit. I'd be like, oh wait, what do you mean? What's going on with UFOs here?
I had a dream where I fucked a gelatinous blob alien.
Come on, that happened one time. Okay, it was when I was part of it was because I was part of the alien human hybrid program. Okay, one time. And what if
alien rolling around with diabetes delivering packages in space?
And what if that turned out to be true? Like 20 years from now, you get a ring at my door and it's like, "Hi,
I'm you, but blue."
Yeah, it's like I'm Garpla.
Like a little antenna.
Yeah, but what?
Dad?
Yeah, remember that dream that you had? Yeah, that was real. I'm like, what?
That was you raw dogging my mom.
You son of a bitch. I had
So how do you embrace that situation? Do you like throw your like son, or what do you do?
First and foremost,
Do
I
you
check
get
for
a
hidden.
shotgun? Do you pull the 38 special out of your pocket and just immediately execute yourself?
First and foremost,
I'm paying this space child support.
I don't have enough space cash to deal with you. But first and foremost, you're checking for hidden cameras, anything like that. I'm like, there's
Ashton Kutcher, you son of a bitch.
I'm like, there's no way this is real. There's no way this is real. And if it turns out to be real, first and foremost, I would probably embrace it. I'd be like, well, shit. I was like, let's go up into space then. I'm like, obviously, like something's up. Let's see what this universe is all about here.
What if your kid's like a space junkie? Like, what happens if your kid's
he's like, hey, do you have a
piece of shit?
Hey man, do you have a space couch I can crash out on?
I just did a bunch of space coke.
I just did a bunch of space coke and I got some people after me. What?
By the way, I'm gonna have some people over in like 20 minutes.
I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. Get out of my...
You and your black light posters, get the fuck out of here, Glip Glorp.
Glip Glorp. I did not
That's
listen.
not my name. My name's Jeff.
My name's...
I chose the name Glip Glorp, okay? Because I didn't even get the opportunity to name you piece of shit.
Your mother just went out. Your gelatinous fucking space creature of a mother just fucked me and ran. How do you think that makes me feel? Huh?
More than just a dick.
Listen.
I'm the victim.
I didn't get implanted. I didn't get this chip implanted in my neck that I've been scratching at for 20 years, and doctors told me I was insane for nothing. Just so I could name, just so some space hoe could name you Jeff.
And as this is happening, his little monitor beeps. He's like, "Oh, hold on." He pulls out like some space like insulin and just eats it.
I bet that's
then
it.
he offers you one. They're like in Mentos form. So you need some insulin.
Needs me insulin, man. It's the latest and greatest. I'd be like, fuck it. That would it.
How very considerate of you, Glorp.
Thank you.
Piece of shit. I'll take that.
Yeah, it turns out to be like cyanide for all I know. And then bam, I'm done. And then that space junkie is living in my house, eating my SpaghettiOs.
Imagine if there's like a camera crew behind him, like that's their space version of like Reunited or some shit. And then everyone in space is like, "Fuck that mailman."
Fuck them. They would be like, "Fuck that planet." Boom, done.
This is the space's like olive branch project where they're reuniting all their all these kids and their parents, and yours is the first one document.
Why?
And the president calls you up like, "We need you to make this work."
No.
Joe Biden's over there telling you this. Is like, "And if you could smell his hair and tell me what it smells like."
Can you maybe get some? Can you maybe get me some of that True Namashaba to pressure as well?
He's not even got hair. He's jelly.
He's jelly.
Can you give it a little whiff?
Come on, let me just get some of that space jelly. Come on, man. Like,
and then a bunch of like Hunter Biden-esque pictures show up with you and like
and the laptop,
mom, and you like a space foot job and all this other stuff while you're hitting like a space pipe. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. It was a dream.
I was smoking space parm, man. I was smoking space parm. It was a weird time for me.
Kid's like, "I got my space coke addiction from you, Dad." Apparently, space coke is sugar.
Yeah, it's sugar. Yeah,
that's sugar.
Oh my god! Like, what would you do if aliens just like boom, just landed on the White House lawn like today?
Are they aggressive or are they cool?
Unknown.
Oh, that's I'm on the West Coast, and if they land on the East Coast, I'm just gonna, pour a pint and hang out at the Winchester and wait for this all to blow over.
Just hang out and
I want to see what happens, but like I have a weapon. I know medical stuff. Like I could operate as a medical person if needed be, potentially
in somewhat the space wars.
Like if I had to, like fuck that. I'm not gonna let I'm not gonna let a foreign country roll into my hometown and take me over, let alone some fucking glip glurp son of a bitch. Probably die trying, like Mars attacks, like horribly.
Yeah.
I'd probably do something. Oh, I could see this happening like Mars attacks. Like they'd be peaceful, and then somebody would like let a white dove go, and they'd be like, oh, the sign for war.
Well, the sign, yeah.
Bullshit.
Well, it's like that Rick and Morty where like when they land, like they go into like the smaller dimension. He's just in there flipping everyone off. Everyone's cheering. There
Peace
is
among Earths.
Peace among worlds. The thing is, if an alien lands, like an alien race lands on the White House lawn, first and foremost,
are we talking like Area 51, slap them cheeks kind of thing?
I don't know.
Naruto run over there.
Yeah,
we're gonna get some.
That whole thing, I never understood that, but I doubt very much that is like one of the only things in this entire existence that the whole Earth would be like, well, guys, I guess we're putting all of our differences aside here.
But in all honesty, I'd probably sit back, see what happens. I mean, we're so fucking stupid on this planet. We're like, we can't even work together. If a third-party alien thing was to come by and be like, here's the cure for AIDS and cancer. Like,
it would be a bidding war.
We were gonna give this to you earlier, but you guys can't fucking get along or some shit. Like, I would probably be very down with that. Like, I mean, everything's so tribal. I'm sure there'd be like some sect that would like try to start some fucking galactic war with them from like movie shit that wouldn't work. They'd like run up and like rip the alien's mask off and be like, you can't survive in our air. And like, no, dude, this
we're
COVID.
fine.
I'm just wearing a mask. I don't want space COVID.
Go space COVID.
I have space COVID. I'm trying to protect all you Earthlings from space COVID, and then we all die because of that.
Yeah, now we all have super space COVID. Bam! That's the play that ends. That's the play that ends the planet. Space COVID. Jesus Christ! I'd be. I just.
It's like, wouldn't that be funny if they just had all the shit we have, but they just put space in front of it? Like, oh yes, we have the cure for your cancer, but space cancer eludes us.
Space cancer still eludes us. That would.
And they're like, dude, have you tried Canada Dry and fucking chicken noodle soup, bro, and some Vicks Vapor Rub? What is this?
What is
magic?
This? They're like, they're witches, and then they burn us all to the ground.
It would be fun if they just come here and there's like this one stupid thing that we like take advantage of every day, and then like for them it's like, this is the cure for everything. It's like, bro, that's fucking.
That's WD-40, man.
That's Jergens.
Yeah,
bro.
Jergens.
We use that to jack off over here. Like, this is the cure.
What is jack off? Well.
And they just look at you like, space masturbation. Respect.
Yeah.
They do some shit like that.
Traveling through one's own wormhole, I see.
Okay, so speaking of crazy bullshit. So, you know when somebody says something that's like online speak in like real life, and you hear it, and you just want to die for that person. You're just like, I'm so embarrassed. Like,
are you talking? Are you talking about
like the first time you heard somebody say LOL in like person, like in a conversation, and like meant it?
Yes.
You're just like, oh, like I've never felt so fucking old in my life.
Yes, I was literally just having this thought the other day.
Shift. And I told this lady, like, oh yeah, we took care of like 300 people for you today. And she was just like, lit. And I was just like, it like hit me. I was like, the fuck did you just say to me? Kind of thing.
You're just like, get out now.
I was just like, looked at me, like, you're fucking joking me, right? Like, why on earth? Why?
Why would you do that? Like, I never understood.
Like older than me. It's just like,
she's trying to stay hip and with it, 8-bit. She's trying to stay hip and with it, but it'll never work.
What I would have been, like, I would have been radical, like
radical, dude.
Better.
Yeah, well,
at least I would have been like ironically stupid, but it just sounded so forced. And
I never understood for the longest time. Like old.
If she would have said bussin', I probably would have.
That's how people get. That's how people get hit.
Bussin', guys.
I never understood for the longest time. Like the trope of the old angry man sitting on his front porch in a rocker, just being like, "Fucking kids these days." But as each year passes,
dude, kids these days.
Each year passes, I'm like, son of a bitch. How this is it. Now I'm starting to understand.
Old man Jenkins was onto something. These kids are bullshit. This is the kids' fault.
Like, I mean, you have a young child. Aren't you terrified of when they get
Oh
older?
no, I'm cool with it because I know she's gonna say all sorts of shit that I think is stupid. Just like I said, a bunch of shit I knew my parents thought were just stupid. It's just weird when you hear somebody your own age, fucking or older, like trying to like
True.
act cool and say that shit. It's like that fucking meme with fucking Steve Buscemi and the skateboard. He's like,
Oh,
"What's up, fellow teens?"
what's that?
Like that's how it
Yeah,
felt.
that's how. Okay,
It's-
all right.
I was like,
All
what
right.
the fuck are you trying to do, dude?
I
Like,
don't.
why?
I just don't understand. Like I'm terrified of everything and anything, and I'm just like an old man that just wants to hide in a rock.
So imagine your space kid comes and like it's actually a good reunion.
Okay.
And you're like, having a great day at camera crews there. You're cool with it. Like everything's
Yeah.
awesome. The president's like, you're doing God's work there. And you're just like, president's gonna give me a medal. Everything's on the level. Everything's great. Like
Things
space
are
kid
awesome.
is not a piece of shit. And then he just sits in and you looks at you and like, space lit. And you like bring in like soda or some shit.
Get out.
Fuck out of my house.
Get your or he's a space Jehovah's Witness, or he's part of Scientology. Oh my god.
Oh, can I talk to you about what would you do if he was like, yeah, that shit with all the Therons and all that stuff? Yeah, that thing's real. That
That's
general
real.
guy was a real ass. He was like our space Hitler. He did that. Like, what would you do if like your space son told you this?
I wouldn't believe it. I'd be like, I don't believe it. You're full of space shit. You're
Then he
just
pulls out a space laptop. He's like, there's a video.
Listen,
like
it's on-
Space History
it's
Channel.
on
logo
Space
at the bottom.
YouTube.
It's just SH Space History Channel.
I'd be so mad if L. Ron Hubbard was right.
It would be kind of funny though.
It would be
And then he's
funny,
just like,
but I'd be so
"Oh,
mad.
It's like, oh yeah, we found your Bigfoot. He's a time traveler.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
He comes out in white robes. He's like, hello, I am what's known as Sasquatch on your lands. Like, oh my god, it's
For
Bigfoot.
thousands of years, I've been trapped on your planet,
I've been
chased by the unhealthy and the nerd and the virgin.
chased.
I crafted
Hunting?
a teleporter with pine cones and my own shit to return.
Those okay, those hunting Bigfoot shows, how do those stay on air for so long?
I honestly think I'm keeping them going because I watch them religiously. I get
you
high as fuck
single-handedly?
on legal weed because I live in California, and I turn it on like, let's get that foot.
Come on,
I
what are
don't
you?
believe in Bigfoot. I just love these guys. Like they're told these stories from people,
Mm-hmm.
and they just like they do these gymnastics in their head to like, oh, watch a Bigfoot now. It's just like the stories like that could be in anything, bro. It's like,
Yeah.
I was there, and I heard some rustling, and I turned around, and there wasn't anyone there, but I could feel the eyes on my face. It's just like, yeah,
staring
it could have
at
been
me.
anybody, dude.
I could
It
have.
was a foot. Watch.
It was a
Like we've
full.
talked about Sasquatch before, but like,
Well,
love
but,
it.
oh, like it's. I mean, it's fun. It's fun to think about. There were giant hominids at one point in time. Like how?
What'd you call me?
You heard me. But like,
Canceled.
yeah, canceled. Boom,
Canceled.
canceled. Over. Done with. Give it like
The
got
best is
space
Mountain
herpes.
Monsters. There's like, have you seen Mountain Monsters?
No, I have not seen Mountain Monsters. I don't have cable.
Oh, you are missing out. So Mountain Monsters is this group of like 5 dudes,
Okay.
each one fatter than the last.
Yes,
Like these dudes
okay.
are huge, and they're all like, I'm an expert combat man. Like, they all have these like crazy, like stupid titles.
Yep.
And then they go and like it's completely staged.
Oh,
Like
okay.
they have like all these roars like pre-recorded, and they're
Mhm.
like we're hunting the witch of the west or some weird, like they have these like over the top creatures that they're going for, and they have guns. Like they legit have guns, but they never shoot these guns. I don't think they're loaded. At least I hope they're not. And they're just like out in the dark with no NVGs, no nothing, just a flashlight and a shotgun. We're gonna get that Yeti son of a bitch.
We're gonna get
Like,
that
it's
squatch.
hilarious.
Okay, that
I'm
does
gonna
sound like
send you a
fun.
video.
Please send me
later.
a
You're
video.
gonna watch it. I'm gonna send you the Djibouti Dubs one where it's like people dubbing over it.
Oh, I love
It's
Djibouti
fucking-
Dubs.
And the funny thing is, they come up with these random like monsters. It's like, there's like Bigfoot. Well,
Yeah.
they'll come up with like, it's a pair of Bigfoots. They're twins. They're called the Thunder Brothers. And them sons of bitches have been. Yeah, they just do this every episode. And then like there's like a 3D model of what the Thunder
The
Brothers
Wonders
would
look
look
like?
And it's just It's just every episode, just like, who's paying for this and why?
And to think, we're working more than full time when there's someone out there 3D animating the Thunder Brothers, probably getting paid twice as much as we are.
I would quit my job tomorrow if they offered me the job to like follow all these fat fucks in the woods looking for the Thunder Brothers.
Same.
Tomorrow I would quit.
Oh yeah, why not? That would honestly, how much fun would it be to just get blackout drunk and walk through the woods in the middle of the night with a bunch of fat mountain men? I don't have a
community. I don't have a lot of fans. Like, whose respect am I gonna lose? I don't give a fuck. Let's go.
Even if you lose the entire world's respect, who cares? Who cares? It would be fun. It would be fun. Like
as Luke Goblin's in there in the woods at night in his tent, he just looks at a picture of his space son. He's like, I'm gonna get them Thunder Brothers for you.
I'm gonna avenge you, son. You don't understand. The Dundare Thunder Brothers stole Glip Glop, my son. I'm gonna get them back.
There's an episode right there. They took my son.
Oh my God! It's the it's the Slippery Sisters. They're out there somewhere.
Dude, like every episode is literally that. It's literally
they
like
have names
we just had, but dragged out with people with rifles pointing them randomly.
What are we doing with our
shit from wall to wall? It's hilarious.
What the hell are we doing with our lives?
Clearly we're fucking up somewhere.
We need to start training harder than we've ever trained before.
Just have a montage of us just eating the worst food ever to get to 500 pounds.
Yes, and drinking a 30 rack a night.
Overalls with no shirt and a fucking, and a stereotypical straw hat.
Bass Pro.
Cash them fucking
need the
straw coming out.
Need the Bass. Yes, you need the Bass Pro Shop hat. All right. Like, I'm really disappointed in myself. I wish I could time travel and talk to my younger
Jerry
self.
Springer was all staged.
Yeah.
Like, I know a guy who he hit up the show because he wanted to be on the show. He just wanted to fight some random person. He's like, yeah, I'd love to go fight some random dude on national TV and get paid for it. It's like, all right. So he called the Jerry Springer show up and he lied. He says like, yeah, I'll lie and say I like to dress up like a clown because he's a big ICP guy. Like, I'll put on clown makeup and I'll say I like to suck dick for money in the clown makeup. And they were like, yeah, we'll fly you out tomorrow. And he's just like, it's not real though. He's like, we don't care. Come on.
Oh my, that's incredible.
And he was in like high school when he like did this, and he didn't go through with it, but he like offered, and his mom was like, "I will disown you and kick you out and say you're dead to me if you do this."
So come on, Mom. Let's have a little
fun
my big
here. Break.
This is what I can do.
This is how Leonardo DiCaprio got started.
Didn't Leo get started?
That's how you made your big break, like that girl on fucking Dr. Phil. Like that. How about I meet you outside? How about that?
Catch me outside. How about that?
Jerry Springer.
The ignorant shit that like people get famous for the most ignorant shit in the world, and I kind of love it, and I just shake my head at it at the same time.
But at the same time, you're out here like toiling.
Toiling just
at work, getting shit on every day by fucking assholes, and then there's this one person who's on a show just like, how about I fight you? And it's like, oh, it's instant success. It's like, wait, what?
Hey, whatever, ride that 15 minutes of fame, get, say, hell, I would make an ass of myself for even say $1 million, like, get like some viral video of me doing something asinine for $1 million, because you want to know what you do? You take, even though $1 million isn't a bunch of money, take that money, you invest it, and you just you just can start your own business with it.
This is for Glip Glop.
This is for Glip
Glop.
I'm gonna do it.
This is for your college fund, Glip Glop.
Yeah, space
I'm
college.
Sorry, I wasn't there.
They want to go to Uranus University. I got them. It's written no scholarships though. The place is in the dumps.
Why was I blessed with such a dumb son?
Oh yeah, it's my extra chromosome. That's what.
Oh my.
Oh
my.
Jesus.
So have you seen any good movies lately? Have you seen any good TV shows
Actually,
lately?
I'm trying. Let's see. Just watched Memories of Murder, actually. Which is
I figured it was gonna be murder-esque.
well, it's you know, I was scrolling through the old TikTok, as all the kids do nowadays. You know,
found
TikTok
murder stuff on TikTok.
TikTok is a dangerous app. It really is. Listen, the Chinese did a damn good job with making an addictive app, that's for sure. But no, it's like some guy. It was like some guy who was like, you know, like reviews like random movies. So this movie's, I believe it's Memories of Murder. It was one of the first films that oh god, the director of Parasite, the one Korean movie that won so many Oscars a couple years ago, one of his first movies that he did, and it's really cool. It's loosely based on like Korea's first serial killer, and it has really nice cinematography. Like the camera work is super cool. Like the story itself
Korea's
is really
first
cool.
cop serial killer.
Yeah, I don't think he
There's
was.
a lot of serial killers that go unidentified because like cops in different jurisdictions don't put two and two together. They don't talk to each other. They don't make those links.
Yeah.
Or I'm sure there was a fucking serial killer back in like the days of like feudal Korea.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, there's
Oh, no, 100%.
Samurais were a thing. People were just like hacking each other up because they could, you know?
Yeah. Well, there was I mean, hell, I was listening to a whole book on tape about serial killers from like ancient times to modernity. You know, they're out there.
You almost said maternity. Like, what?
Yeah, almost, but I didn't. Okay, I
It's
didn't.
true.
Because I caught myself. I took the straw, I had piece of straw out of my mouth, and I did it. I done did it.
I did it. I did it for you Thunder Brothers, son of bitches.
We're gonna find those Thunder Brothers. What's the
We're gonna
last thing
find
we
them
do?
Thunder Brothers. We're gonna treat them like a monitor lizard at an Indian petting zoo.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck? Oh, jeez. There's your $1 million
That's our
idea.
intro right there. Fucking mark the time. That's the intro.
Well, oh, 51 minutes. Oh, Jesus.
Those moments when I hit you right in the funny bone, they're my favorite.
You catch me right in the taint of my funny bone. Just boom. Make me shit
right
myself with laughter.
Underbelly.
You catch me good. Oh my god! But what about you, man? What have you been watching? What have you been binging on lately?
A lot of porn.
A lot of porn. I understand. It's okay. Hopefully you don't use your gaming PC for that.
You know, that's the thing about working all that time. You just come home and just like everyone's asleep. You're just like
Trying to pull some
guess we're riding
taffy.
solo tonight.
Time. I'm a candy maker, just pulling taffy all night.
Pretty much that and some random shit on Netflix. Nothing good. Like I don't know. Like I've never watched Squid Game. I don't really like to get on the wave of shit when it's popular because it's just like I'm usually let down.
Yeah,
So
Squid Game was actually
I
pretty
usually
good.
wait for it to be over and then I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. I just haven't really been into anything lately. Like I just haven't. Like I get home, it's too late to like watch sports or anything like that. And like I tried recording games and trying to watch them after the fact. There's always one fucking asshole on Twitter or Facebook who's like, "Oh, did you catch the game? 5-6." And you're like, well, fuck, man.
That's your own fault for going
I
on
wanted to
Facebook or
watch
Twitter.
that.
Yeah, that's your own fault for going on Facebook or Twitter.
But no, sometimes I'll get text message too because I'm in a fucking league with these. Oh, did I tell you about my fantasy baseball league?
No, you didn't tell me about your fantasy baseball league.
Okay, well, listen to this shit. Okay, so have you ever played a fantasy sport like fantasy baseball, fantasy hockey, any of those
I don't
stuff?
know. I don't know my ass or my elbow when it comes to sport ball.
I love sports, and my friend who I haven't talked to in forever because he moved to New Mexico because he got a master's in like physics at like the University of New Mexico.
He's working at
He
Area
used to do
51.
fantasy baseball here, and then we had a falling out because he like moved away. You know, people grow apart. Whatever.
Yeah.
So he has a league now with his friends, and usually for a fantasy league, like drafting, you know, when you pick players to be on your team, that shit only takes like an hour.
Yeah.
So he invited me to this league, and like we did drafting, and it's just like it was an auction draft where you could like outbid people instead of just being like, I have the first pick. This is my person. Like someone could be like, I bet an extra $1, but it's like, you know, Monopoly money. It's not real money.
Yeah.
So this shit took like 4 hours.
Jesus
Something that
Christ.
usually takes 1 hour took 4 hours, and I was just so like. Like, you know, I was like invited to be there because he was like, "Oh, we need somebody because somebody dropped out." So I didn't want to be like an asshole. So it's like I'm gonna sit through this shit. Now it's my goal to fucking destroy this league
him.
and beat every.
Yes. Now you're out for blood.
I'm getting way too involved in this shit. Like I'm getting like, and usually fantasy sports works is you set your lineup for the week.
Okay.
And you're only against one opponent. So if you win, you win that game.
Yeah.
This league is every game matters, and you can change your lineup every day. And like one team has 162 games.
Oh,
so it's like
that's way too much.
I didn't know I was getting into that. So it's like the most in-depth. Like I feel like a fucking actual manager of a baseball team. I'm constantly like moving people, trading people, waiving people, all this other shit. And like these fucking nerds are good, man.
Yeah. Well, people get
because they were used to this marathon. I'm not used to this marathon, so it's just like fuck. I didn't play this guy. He had a game today.
I don't know how people keep track of that, especially with like baseball
it's like
or hockey.
Full-time job.
Yeah, like maybe
I my actual job, looking at my phone, like, oh, I gotta put this guy in.
Yeah, then you're gonna get fired because you're sitting there staring at your phone for 12 hours a day.
I'm literally untouchable at my job because we have no employees. Nobody wants to do it. It's too boring.
You got them by the balls.
It just pays decently.
You got them by the balls there.
Like the only reason I'm still there is because it's convenient because you're literally like right down the street from where I live. So I don't have to really drive very far, and I take a company car everywhere. So it's just super convenient. Like if I move, I'm not gonna keep that job. I'm gonna go somewhere else.
No, for sure.
In fact, I applied to a place today where I'd be making bombs for the government.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, they have ordnance assemblers. Like I'm not like putting together a fucking old timey bomb with a fuse on it or anything like that. It's like be working on like a component that like goes into a missile.
That's pretty sick, actually.
Pretty sick, unless you have like, you know, morals and you're like, oh, but this can be used on, you know.
Yeah.
I don't care.
That's
a job.
Hopefully this missile hits a poor civilian, right? That's what you're sitting there going, you psychopath.
Yeah, totally. And then I kiss it. Before I put it in the box to ship.
You put each little component you make, you write a note. You're like, fuck you.
It's like, take this, Putin.
Take that. Signed 8-bit.
Signed with a kiss.
Yeah.
As I put it in.
You single-handedly make like the L'Oreal or whatever makeup company's stock go up like 10% because you're buying so much lipstick. You're like, my lips are chapped, and your employer's just like, keep kissing, boy.
As Russian soldiers see Ukrainian jets flying overhead, their last thought is, kisses of 8.
The kisses of 8. No. Oh my god. But yeah, I mean, that's a pretty interesting job, man. Yeah, it sounds awful, but shit, fuck it.
Oh, it would be awful. I mean, dealing with people, I would almost rather make bombs.
No, I feel you too, man. There's this past like 2 weeks, like 2 to 3 weeks, I'm sitting there every day at work. I'm like, why the hell am I doing this? Why the hell am I doing this? Like
retirement.
Yeah, retirement. But it's like, is it really what I want to do?
The old heads you work with just hate their life and like, I just can't wait to die.
Yeah, they're all like, every single like old dude there is like, yeah, I'm twice divorced, and yeah, I'm on the overtime list all the time because I hate my life. Okay, well, you could have retired.
The only thing I hate more than my job is my family.
Yeah, I don't understand. I'm like, why the hell are these people here?
So, question for you.
What's up?
Gordon Ramsay is on every show imaginable with cooking.
Yeah.
Now, do you think Gordon Ramsay just hates his family and loves to travel, or do you think he's a workaholic?
I think he's a workaholic. I mean, if you're a chef, not only if you're a chef, if you're a Michelin star chef, you have to be addicted to work. And plus,
but he's like taking like these crazy jobs where he's like, I go out into the jungles of wherever the fuck to talk to the Cuckoo Clan so they can teach me how to eat salamander. Like, it's just like, bro, you can't be enjoying this. You must just want to like get away from your family.
Yeah, well, I mean, either that or listen, even
Little Becca's finger painting.
Yeah.
I don't have the heart to tell her it sucks.
It sucks.
So I'm going to the jungles of New Guinea.
That or they're just he literally makes his own salary, guaranteed. He's like, I'll do a season of the show for like $10 million, sure.
His points, I'm making this much, and I get all of the tang along the way.
All of the
like,
tang.
Like, Gordon, that's a hefty price. And he looks, he's like, you're included. Like, oh God.
Oh Jesus. I thought you were talking about the space drink tang. You're talking about the Tang.
That won't be the only kick in a pouch.
He just goes around and just kicks everyone square in the nuts.
Yeah. I'm Gordon, and after he kicks you in the nuts, like, I'm Gordon Ramsay, and that was an ass kick.
Oh, God. Gordon Ramsay has to be a workaholic. I mean, there was.
Do you remember that fishing guy show? Where it was just some dude who would like bring a little suitcase that looked like he had like a fucking sniper rifle, and he'd open it up and be like a fishing pole. He's like, River Monsters. Tuesdays at
yes. Yes. He's like, and this is the Amazonian pecker sucking fish. And it's like 12 feet long. And he's like, now it's time to test it out.
Chances are you'll survive, but there's a 12% chance you'll bite your dick off. River Monsters, Tuesdays at 8 p.m.
Discovery. When did the History Channel stop showing history?
Dude, I grew up with a History Channel, like actually showing history, and I loved it.
I loved it.
Today we talk about the Luftwaffe's invasion of Poland. Yeah. And this is like super interesting shit. And then I know the exact show where they're like smut cells, as they were talking about sex and history. There was a show called The History of Sex. Yep. And then that had their highest rating. And then they were just like, yeah, we could keep talking about Henry VIII. Or we could talk about dick.
Yeah. More titties.
More money. And then they got that alien guy on and it just went downhill. It's
yeah.
Like, this isn't even history. This is just like, this is just this guy making shit up. It's like, this could be history.
This could be. Well, and that's the thing. Like today, today I was like, I had to help out my mom because she just had hip surgery. And so, I was like hanging out, doing the thing with her and like, just like helping her out and stuff. And I was like, oh, you know what? I don't have cable at my house. They got cable at their place. So I was like, okay, I'll just start kind of aimlessly flipping through channels. And then I went to the history.
First mistake.
I went through the History Channel, Pawn Stars. And of course I started watching it. And then I realized it was like 2 hours later and I was still watching Pawn Stars.
It was like 3 days later and you're still just that fat bald dude talking to his fat son now that the old man's dead, who was the only source of like real comic relief other than Chum Lee's dumbass, who's like, hey, Chum Lee, did you see that pogo stick? Oh yeah, I was riding it and it broke. Chum Lee. Like every episode.
Yeah, and
they never fire the fuck. It's always just like hands in face, like Chum Lee.
Well, they can't now. He's part
this fake piece of shit.
Yeah, it's just an old rubber fist. They said it was antique, like, but no,
I'll antique you, Chum Lee.
Yeah, I mean they can't fire him now because he's part of the show.
Oh no! What's Chum Lee gonna go do? Work at some random fucking place? They'd probably hire him. He'd probably work at Luxor. Be like, oh, I'm the hotel like front office staff, or I'm the greeter for the Luxor.
Yeah,
you might remember me from Pawn Stars, Chum Lee.
Yeah, you could probably make a killing doing that.
You probably sit in a dunk tank, like dunk Chum Lee.
Come on, a dump tank. It's just a dunk tank, but it's full of shit.
Eat. He's just eating with his shirt off as people are like
just crying
baseballs at the dunk tank like Target. Crying. What have I become?
This is what you get for your 15 minutes of fame, eating like a 10-foot hoagie.
A party-size hoagie.
Mm-hmm.
But the party-size hoagie would have to be like elevated on a different like piece of wood because it can't get wet.
No,
there'd be like random things floating in the water.
Challenge.
Like, tomatoes and lettuce and things.
They're making a soup. They're chumming the water.
Oh
yeah,
fucking. Whatever happened to Chris Angel, the mind freak?
He disappeared up his own ass. That's what happened.
Like, you remember how I told you Mountain Monsters was the most produced fake thing on TV?
Mm-hmm.
Compared to Chris Angel,
that was
the second most produced fake thing on TV. Like, do you remember that episode where they had Chris Angel walking on water? Like, so he's Jesus?
Yeah,
that's my God right there.
Yeah, it's like, no, they probably had a very razor thin, clear platform underneath them. That they're like,
oh God, that makes too much sense.
Oh my, yeah, he broke the code. Cancel it. Cancel him. Shut him down. Assassinate him.
Like, there's an actual episode where he's like trying to like get past somebody to like do something, and he like literally puts his fist through the guy and like opens the door. Like, he puts his fist on the edge of the dude's back, and it comes out the guy's front, and he like opens a door and like walks around him. It's like, Okay, come on.
Come on.
like this show was already over the top. Then you had to do that shit.
He's a magician, okay?
Then he's like, mind freak.
They always have to say the name of the show, like whenever
Just in case you forgot which show this is. Mind freak.
Mind freak. Oh, mind freak.
And there's that weird screaming. It's like Ripley's Believe It or Not did it too. Every time they would come back from a commercial or go to commercial, be like, and this has been Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Yes. Oh,
They would just-
the good old shows, man. Ripley's Believe It or Not. Then they had the Guinness Book of World Record show for a while. Like, all
That's
the
where I would
television.
imagine that lizard story you brought up would be.
No, yeah, it's for the biggest gang rape of a poor lizard, poor monitor lizard, poor monitor lizard.
Previously title held by Godzilla in Godzilla 3 when Rodan, Mothra, and Mecha Godzilla tag teamed the shit out of it.
So bad, man.
So bad.
Oh shit. Oh man, yeah, but other than that, man, just been an interesting week. Overtired, just doing my thing.
Overworked, overtired,
underappreciated.
Just lines of space coke all over the place.
I'm covered in black, it's just fingered one too many thrushes in my day, and I'm just tired.
What have I become?
I don't know. What have we become?
These hands deliver the mail.
Yeah, I'm a government employee. Talking about lizard gangbang. Oh,
I just look at the mirror and be like, "You're somebody's father."
Yeah, good old Gleep Glorp,
no.
my space son. Yeah.
Oh my god,
fuck, man. It's been a week, man. I'm just, and
fuck
that's
this week.
It's
That's all I gotta say is fuck this week.
This week. I'm just tired. I'm ready to retire.
Ready to hang up the old mailbag and 6-shooter.
Yeah.
Like, imagine what would happen if you went to your boss and be like, "Boss, here's my resignation and my gun."
Yeah,
just put, like a random gun on his desk, and you walk away. He's like, "The fuck?
The fuck? Oh god, I would be immediately arrested. Immediately arrested. I'd be like, what?
His face.
Yeah,
you just put your fucking
here's my
foot on his desk
satchel.
and you lift up your like pant leg, and then you
Pull
use
out
a
a
little
little-
like ankle holster.
Yeah, like
You pull out a little fucking 38 special. You just
put it on the. I'm done. I'm hanging up
bag in my
in
gun.
my gun. I'm hanging up the satchel, boss. I'm hanging it
Who
up.
the fuck gave you that?
I don't know. I found it during one of my mail days. I just found it. I found it in my
told me
truck.
not to call the cops on the job, so
I took care of
I
things
took it.
myself. You can't tell me what to do.
the serial number's filed off. I don't know if that means anything.
I think that's good, right? That's what you want, right?
Yeah, it means it's collector's edition.
It's a collector's edition. It's one of one, man. It's one.
When I found it, it had an oil can
Yes.
turned into the barrel of silencer.
Those oil can silencers, they work. They work for a few shots.
How would you know? Get him, boys.
Yeah, get him. He knows because there's YouTube 8-bit. Because there's YouTube, and I happen to enjoy the Second Amendment.
Thank you, YouTube,
Thanks,
for
YouTube.
teaching me how to fix a garbage disposal because my dad never showed me how, and for teaching me how to make a silencer out of an oil can so I could kill him for it. Thank you, YouTube.
And then use the garbage disposal to get rid of the body. Thanks, YouTube.
That's why I live next to a pig farm. And this has been Rock Paper Bullshit. I am the Ape Nobody. This has been Luke Coughlin 716. Have yourselves a fucking week.
It's a week for sure. Peace out, everyone.